Identity is a critical component in every business process. ITWeb, in partnership with Ideco, hosted the annual Identity Indaba 2012, and the focus of the event was on applied identity control. Expert speakers demonstrated how biometric identity management is accelerating and securing a diversity of business processes. They offered a practical approach to cutting costs and reducing risk.
I think it's important to recognise, first of all, that FTA, failure to authenticate, lies at the very heart of most modern cybercrime. And if we can address that, if we can start to really authenticate, if we can actually start to identify our users and then track what they're doing within our systems, this will go a long way to reducing the astonishing losses being caused by corporate cybercrime.
The most pressing concern with any access and identity management system is creating the ability to definitively identify the person, linking the person to the transaction. And the only way to definitively link a person to a transaction is to use biometric identification.
Identity is the foundation for most modern business processes because it governs who can do what, where, and when. The Identity Indaba showcased real solutions to real problems and focused on how to prevent identity-based crime.
One of the areas of identifying and preventing fraud is by knowing your fraudster and knowing your client. Our legislation clearly stipulates that you need to know your client, you need to know how to deal with fraudsters. We don't have the luxury anymore of budgeting for fraud and corruption. So with 64% of all fraud occurring internally, making use of IT, making use of clever systems, working smarter, systems like biometrics that you can also use on and with IT. We need to work harder and smarter to prevent fraud and corruption. And I see that there's still a lot of scope for us to grow in that sphere.
The world of physical security realised long ago that cards, pins and passwords are an ineffective barrier. What we're seeing now is the beginnings of a migration of those benefits that are being delivered by biometrics. We're beginning to see a migration from the world of physical security into the world of systems security, the world of IT security, where instead of entering your PIN or swiping your card or typing in your password, you merely scan your fingerprint, and that authenticates you.
Delegates learned the business case for applied identity control and gained new insights into improving their identity management initiatives. The Identity Indaba provided a platform to explore the success achieved by applied identity control within thousands of organizations.
The biggest benefit for attending today's event is in the fact that delegates are made aware of the cause of major threats within cybercrime, and also exposed to the practical application of technology like biometrics, and making sure that when they apply the knowledge that they've learned today, they would be in the best position to deploy a foolproof system that will enable them to have definitive control over the identities within their systems.
Your most important aspect of today's function is the networking opportunity. That's where you can get the information on what's happening within other companies. What are they doing correctly and what have they seen failing the organization, where you can apply that within your own. And that's where you'll also find personal growth.
I think overall, the benefit of today is to raise awareness around modern biometrics, how they are used extensively, the fact that it is proven technology, tried, tested, and we ought to be looking now how we can innovate with the technology, how we can incorporate it within our systems, how we can integrate it as an authenticator within IT.